Protesting continued for a seventh night straight in the U.S. and a week after George Floyd's death in police custody, his death continues to dominate the papers. Rather than adopting a conciliatory tone, President Donald Trump has threatened to use military force to quell the unrest, something that the conservative paper The Wall Street Journal today advises against. It says the president is well within his right to restore public order, but the sight of troops on the streets right now is, quote, likely to inflame than calm. Meanwhile, former President Barack Obama offers his perspective on the situation in the website Medium. In this article, he encourages Americans to make this moment a turning point for real change. And he says that comes about notably by more participation in local elections where authorities have the most say on criminal justice and reforming police departments. The music industry is also rallying behind protesters today. They've launched Blackout Tuesday, a day where music labels have stopped work. Artists say they will cancel appearances and interviews. And the streaming platform Spotify says it's releasing an 8-minute, 46-second silent track representing the exact time that George Floyd was suffocated. Changing topics now, let's head to Zimbabwe. 3 female politicians who faced sexual assault and torture for what authorities say was organizing an illegal demonstration against food shortages have been recovering in hospital, but in a shocking decision, their hospital ward has now been converted into a makeshift courtroom where they're facing trial as well, sparking outrage from human rights groups and triggering fears that President Mnangagwa's regime is even more brutal than his predecessor, Robert Mugabe. Finally, Indian authorities have released a pigeon facing life in prison for espionage. The poor bird crossed the border from Pakistan into India some days ago and was captured by authorities because of a suspicious-looking code on its foot. Well, it turns out that far from being a spy, the pigeon actually belongs to a Pakistani fisherman who dabbles in pigeon racing, and that so-called suspicious-looking code was actually the fisherman's phone number. You can read all about that in Slate today.